This Lecture 7 covers Chapter 6 of AI-Powered Deceptive Design from my book, Dark Patterns, Deceptive Design, the Law. The chapter moves from system architecture to AI systems that learn, adapt, and influence behavior. It asks whether the EU AI Act, especially Article 51A, can regulate manipulation that operates through subliminal, purposefully manipulative, or deceptive techniques. The chapter begins with a basic insight about AI systems. They can explore patterns rather than follow a fixed rulebook. In commercial environments, that capacity can become a behavioral technology. The system does not merely display a static interface. It learns from interaction, predicts user responses, and adapts prompts, layouts, or recommendations. This makes the boundary between useful personalization and manipulation increasingly difficult to draw. The chapter does not treat AI innovation as inherently suspect. Adaptive AI can improve relevance, accessibility, and efficiency. The legal problem arises when these systems exploit cognitive biases or emotional states to produce decisions that users would not otherwise make. The chapter therefore positions Article 51A as a necessary but incomplete response. It is a step towards recognizing AI manipulation, but it may miss subtle cumulative effects that do not immediately look like significant harm. AI-powered deceptive design can adjust content ordering, timing, color, friction, prompts, and personalized recommendations. It can identify when users show fatigue, impulsiveness, anxiety, or low motivation. It can then present a tailored intervention at the moment of susceptibility. This is different from a classic dark pattern because the technique can vary across users and contexts. The system learns the persuasion strategy rather than merely executing a pre-written script. The chapter's case studies make this concrete. An AI-driven shopping platform encourages impulse purchases by targeting users at vulnerable moments. A financial app downplays or hides important loan terms for users who skip fine print or show decision fatigue. A fitness or a health app sends emotionally charged motivational messages and premium offers when it detects waning engagement. Each case raises the same question. Is the system supporting the user or exploiting the user's state to advance a platform objective? Article 51A prohibits certain AI systems that deploy subliminal, purposefully manipulative, or deceptive techniques with the objective or effect of materially distorting behavior in a way that causes or is reasonably likely to cause significant harm. This creates a chain of constitutive elements. Regulators must identify the AI system, the technique, the distortion, the causal connection, and the harm. The provision's strength is that it recognizes manipulation as a prohibited AI practice. Its weakness lies in the evidential burden. The chapter also explores subliminal techniques, manipulative techniques, and deceptive techniques separately. Subliminal influence works beneath conscious awareness. Purposeful manipulation can exploit cognitive or emotional vulnerabilities even when the user perceives the interface. Deceptive techniques mislead users about the nature or consequences of the interaction. AI complicates each category because the relevant technique may emerge from adaptive optimization rather than explicit human instruction. Material distortion is the core threshold. The system must impair decision-making in a legally meaningful way. Significant harm then narrows the prohibition even further. A manipulative system may be troubling, unfair, and autonomy reducing, yet fail to satisfy the threshold if the harm appears minor, diffuse, or cumulative. The chapter worries that precisely these subtle and repeated interventions are characteristic of AI-powered deceptive design. The case study tables present opposing arguments. Regulators point to exploitation, distortion, and foreseeable harm. Developers argue that users remain free, prompts are transparent, and personalization improves service quality. This tension will define enforcement. The same interface can be described as helpful adaptation or manipulative targeting, depending on what evidence exists about design objectives, user states, experimental testing, and downstream harm. Chapter 6 aims to show that the AI Act prohibitions matter. but it also shows why they may be difficult to activate. AI manipulation is often precise, dynamic, and embedded in ordinary product optimization. The next lecture turns to Article 5.1b, vulnerability, and the question of who is most exposed to these systems and how.